Hey, welcome to my black metal podcast. I am the Vampiric Tyrant, and today we're gonna talk about Abigor, all of their albums, and two EPs we choose. I'm here with Volturnus. How are you, Volturnus?
I'm very good. How are you?
I'm good, I'm good. Let's just start. Uh, Verwustung from 1994. What's your opinion on this one?
This is the first album by Abigor. This is the they released 3 demos or 4, I can't remember. Um, 3 demos were with a different lineup. They had a different vocalist, but in Verwustung they basically had the mastermind behind summoning Selenius.
Yes,
This album is them trying to find their sound, their style. Because if you listen to the demos, they're more straightforward black metal. But once Selenius comes in the picture, it's more medieval. It's more melodic or symphonic. Songs like "Weeping Midwinter Tears." It's a melodic song. But songs like "Kingdom of Darkness" is just straightforward black metal. It has everything on this album. This is them just trying to find their style in black metal, because not a lot of bands sound like Abigor, and this album is basically the example.
you're right. So will you say this album is like kind of all over the place because they haven't find? I mean, they're trying to find their style, but they didn't find it at
It's
all.
not all over the place, because if you listen to it, you can hear the atmosphere. It's just that they're like trying to use a lot of elements.
You're right. Yeah. Well, you said everything there. It's just, they were trying to find their style, but in my opinion, it's a pretty good debut, Like it's pretty good. Uh let's now go to Orkblut, the Retaliation, the EP from 1995. What's your opinion on this one?
This EP is actually when they started incorporating more of the medieval style.
You're right.
Orkblut is actually a really amazing EP. Maybe maybe one of the best EPs, not the best, just one of the best EPs in black metal. And it's actually an interesting like record, because it's about a story about a warrior who's remember his pagan origins. Um, it's about his final battle, the day he rises. Yeah, the feeling of his final battles, and until his death. It's it's one interesting EP. Very, very medieval. It's
Yes,
really, really this is a step up from Verwustung.
you're right. And it's also like very pagan too, in my opinion. Because of the story and stuff and some of the
Yeah,
sounds. Uh in my opinion, it's a pretty good EP. The only thing I have to say, and maybe it's just me, but it has a lot of like instrumental tracks. Like it's not a bad thing, but I wouldn't say it's like like full blown black metal.
yeah, I understand. But remember, it's an EP. They are limited to what they're doing,
You're right.
and once you hear those instrumentals, it's like you're hearing a movie. Let's say, because they
Yeah,
go
yeah,
so well together.
yeah. They want us to get into the atmosphere too. So
Yeah,
that may be one of the reasons. I mean, you gave me a reason already, but that may be one of the reasons they put a lot of instrumentals, and they're great in my opinion. It's not that it's bad. But yeah, it's pretty medieval, it's pretty pagan. It's a great EP, one of the best out there. Uh, Now let's go to their masterpiece, in my opinion, Nachthymnen from the Twilight Kingdom, 1995. What's your opinion on this one?
like you said, this is the masterpiece. This is their magnum opus. This album is where they basically what they did for Orkblut and Verwustung, but better and with more elements. This
Yep.
time, gothic elements. They added female vocals. They added more melodic riffs. This album has it all. This album, you can't explain it with words. This album is just a beautiful black metal record. It's not like any other black metal record. People don't talk about this album, and it surprises me because this album is up there with In the Night Side Eclipse, uh, Dissection, Storm of the Lights, Bane, uh, um, Sacramento's Far Away from the Sun.
Yeah.
It's up there with the greatest.
Yes. Yeah. Let's not forget it has like some. It's more like mythical than the other albums, and it has like the double layer guitars in some of the songs, I think. So I will say it has like neoclassical influences because of that, and also the drumming is like insane on here. Like TT is amazing, man. Like,
The drumming is one of the highlights in the album,
yep,
and the riffs is another highlight in the album. Just PK is one amazing guitarist. Songs like in a landscape of the landscape of God,
yeah, scars in the landscape
the
of
scars
God.
in the landscape of God. Songs like that just makes you get into the riffs, and
Yeah,
while listening to the riffs, you in the back you can hear the drums, and you just can't hold it but to like headbang.
yeah. I like he used like some kind of gongs. I don't know if that's the name of the thing. That makes for the atmosphere because it sounds like more
Yeah,
medieval. Also, songs like The Dark Kiss, that song has a lot of atmosphere, like this album is dark, but not like satanic dark. I will say it's just like medieval, the
yeah.
dark the medieval times and stuff. So yeah, this album is just epic. The female vocals, they are
What I
not
like about the
overdone.
female vocals, yeah, they're not taking over everything, and it's not in every song. They're using it in perfect timings.
Yeah. So yeah, well, we can talk about this album for the next 30 minutes, but we have more to talk about. So it's a masterpiece. It's a masterpiece. It's a perfect album, and like you say, we cannot explain how we feel about this album in words. You have to listen to the album by yourself to experience it. So yeah, there you go. Nachthymnen. Uh, Next album is from 1996, and it's called Opus 4. I know it's your favorite, so go ahead.
Ah, my favorite, the second magnum opus by Abigor, in my opinion.
Yep.
Interesting story. This album was supposed to be a two EPs, but Abigor, for some reason, wanted to make it into one album. This album has to be the most evil Abigor album, I could say. It's nothing like Nachthymnen. It's nothing like Verwustung. This is just pure madness, pure evilness.
Yeah.
This is the most medieval Abigor album. And let me tell you this, Selenius has never sounded so demonic ever
You're right.
than this album. He sounds perfect on Nachthymnen. On Summoning, he sounds great, but nothing like an
Yeah,
Opus
on this one,
4.
he's a demon on this one.
He
He's just
is,
a demon on this one.
yeah, yes, he's. Oh, I just love this album. I could just talk about this album forever, but I can't actually.
Hmm.
Some interesting fact: you can actually note the difference in sound quality once you get into the middle part.
Yeah,
Once you
like
get to the song, like,
the second EP.
yeah, once you get to the song like "The Elder God," you can note the difference in sound quality, and that's because it's two different recordings.
Yeah,
It will be better if they would re-record the album, the EPs, but it takes away. But it's good that they did this because it will take away some of the atmosphere
yeah,
that they have
the
created
feeling.
in the EP.
Yeah. So, what part is your favorite? The first part or the second part? In my opinion, the second part. I don't know. Maybe it's because of the production.
Now, the first part for me will forever be the best. It just like the first song, like in Crimson Horizon, it just comes out of nowhere and just
Yeah,
blasts you in the face with a blast beat.
You're right.
like a medieval sounding piece of artwork, and the Selenians just come out of nowhere and just screeching for his life like a demon
Yeah, he's a
possessed him.
demon on this one, man. He's
He
a
he
demon on this
sounds he sounds so amazing. I love the first part of the album. The second part has to be their most medieval side,
Yeah,
because in the first part, like, yeah, we can say like they're going into a battle, and in the second part it's like the battle's about to end.
yeah,
It's just an amazing record. My favorite album by Abigor. One of my favorite albums in black metal.
you're right. Also, do you remember the last song on the album? It's called Spectrale Snack Channel Lictor, something like that.
Yeah, that
It's like,
song.
to me, his voice to me is like a demonic ghost or something, because they add like some effects, and wow, it's a great way to end an album, an evil album.
It's Abigor just never stops to amaze somebody. So
Yeah, they never
people.
disappoint. They never
Yeah,
disappoint. Yeah.
but
Okay,
this album
so
is just amazing. This album is honestly,
do
I
you
want to
consider it
keep
a
talking about
masterpiece
it.
in your opinion?
It is. It's the second magnum opus by Abigor.
All right, I agree. I agree with you on that one. Okay, so let's move on to Apokalypse, uh, from 1997. What's your opinion on this one?
Apocalypse, the EP. Well, this is the most different.
They don't sound
This is
medieval at all on this one.
this is a drastic change in their style, because this is not medieval. This is not symphonic. This is
No, not at
nothing. This is
all.
just straightforward black metal. Just straightforward
Just
blasty black metal. What did they call it? Norse core, but it's nothing like Norse core.
no.
This is just blasty black metal.
Yeah, it's just brutality, aggressiveness, and good riffs, because they have some good riffs on this EP. But yeah, like from Verwustung to Supreme Immortal Art, I will call the medieval Abigor. But this one is an exception, man, because it's just like brutality and lots of blood beats. And Silenius doesn't sound at all like Opus or the other albums. It's
Yeah,
still a good EP,
it doesn't
but
have expression. It doesn't have the expression.
yeah, it's a like, how you say it, like emotionless, like this. It doesn't have
Yeah,
like
an
emotions, or
emotionless. Yeah.
yeah, it's just like brutality. And some of the songs, like, they sound similar, obviously because of the guitars and stuff, but at the same time they sound kind of different. But still, man, it's a good EP. What do you think about the EP? Like, do you think it's a good EP, or
It's a really great EP for what it is. Blasty black metal. You can never go wrong with an album cover like that and expect it to be like, I don't know, like a symphonic black metal. You're not
yeah,
expecting that. You're expecting something raw or evil, and that's what
yeah,
this is. This is just brutal black metal in your face.
yeah, you're right. You cannot expect, like, like you said, like symphonic black metal or anything like that. But yeah, it's a
Still,
good,
it's a great EP. I'm not taking it away.
yeah.
It's a great EP.
And we respect the musicians, because the drummer, like, his consistency is great, you know. So yeah,
Yeah,
it's
he
a good
never
EP.
he's a TT is a great drummer. Like he knows how to amaze someone.
Yeah, it's great. It's great. Okay, so let's move on to 1998, Supreme Immortal Art. What do you think about that one?
Ah, Superior Mortal Arts. This is where they become symphonic.
Black
I
metal,
could
yeah,
say this is a symphonic black metal album. This is like, people hate symphonic black metal. I don't know why, but
they're
if
probably
you
stupid, but you know,
but if excuse me, but
no worries.
if you really want to listen something different in black metal, go for Superior Mortal Arts. Yes, it's symphonic black metal. Yes, it's really melodic, but it's not like, it's beautiful, but at the same time it's ugly. It's
Yeah,
raw. It's dirty. It's just, you know, it's It's a symphonic black metal band, but it's just so different
Yeah,
from In the Nights at Eclipse, from Limonic Art, from Sirius, from the Bishop of Hexen. It's way different than those bands.
yeah. It sounds more like, in my opinion, it sounds more orchestral because of the weird keyboards and stuff.
Yeah.
But man, this album is a masterpiece. It's actually one of my favorites from Abigor. And like you said, it's different from Emperor, from Obtain Slave Man. You know, uh, what I have to say about this album is people. I mean, people don't hate it, but some of people talk trash about this one because of the production. But let's say this album have another production, it will be a masterpiece. I mean, it's still a masterpiece to me. But the production, it's like, it's not the best. The vocals are not the best on this one. Maybe because Hellenius is tired, or maybe because he
Yeah,
lives in this
he
album.
sounds dry. He sounds dry.
Yeah, and he lives in this album. Remember, like
Yeah.
he left the band.
Remember, buddy. Remember, he was doing summoning at this time. Also,
Yeah, summoning. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
he was very dry. He was very busy. But
Yeah,
this album is a great album. So the opening, Satan in Me. It's a great It's a great opener. My
yeah,
favorite, Eclipse My Heart, Crown Me King is one of my favorite songs.
yeah.
It's beautiful. It's brutal. Blood and Soil is another great. It's another great song. This
So
album has so many good songs. This album is great. People
yeah,
should give it a try. People should give symphonic black metal a try.
yeah.
Yeah,
All
it
the songs
can.
are majestic.
Yeah, it can. Yeah, symphonic black metal can be, overproduced and whatever, but you need to find the perfect bands.
Yeah, I just
Supreme
think that
Immortal
people are
Art is
afraid. Like, go ahead, go ahead.
no, you talk.
I mean, I just think that people are afraid to find beauty, maybe in this kind of music. So that's why they, because some people say, "Oh, this is the softer side of black metal and all that shit." But man, just give it a try. You won't
Wouldn't
regret it.
wouldn't wouldn't Dissection be on the softer side because they're melodic black metal?
I mean, I don't know. What do you think? Because
I
they
don't
didn't
know.
use
It's just
keyboards, so
it sucks that people think that because melodic black metal is the same.
yeah,
Melodic black metal is more emotional. If you
yeah,
listen to a band like Sacramento, you can hear the emotion. If you listen
yeah.
to a band like The Moaning, you can hear the expression.
Yup. But man, it's just, well, this album is just a masterpiece in my opinion. All the songs are majestic. Soil of Souls is my favorite, and Eclipse My Heart, Crown Me King is my favorite. The Spirit of Venus, man, all the
Oh,
songs
Spirit
are
of
my
Venus
favorite.
is it's a great song.
Yeah. Uh, well, do you have something to say about this album? What else do you have to say about this album?
This album is just very underrated in the catalog for Abigor. Very underrated in black metal. Basically, every album of Abigor is pretty much underrated,
Yeah,
except for maybe Nachthymnen.
yeah, people always mention that one.
Yeah,
Nachthymnen.
but this album is really great. It's a strong album for what it is.
Yeah, will you say this is the end of I mean, my opinion, this is the end of medieval Abigor, an
This
exception
is
for Apokalypse,
this is the end of where Abigor was consistent. Let's say
All right.
consistent in the sense that once Selenius left the band, they changed way too much, way too drastically.
Yeah, they don't. The thing is, Abigor is a band of constant change. They don't
Yeah,
stay in the same place. They go like different directions.
that's the beauty of Abigor. Abigor doesn't stay in one style. They like to change it up. They like to put more stuff in their black metal.
You're right.